What's going on, guys? I was just going to do a brief little video about how I caught my fish today. As y'all know, I've been posting some short little fishing videos on my catches, and y'all like to comment and share on my pictures and ask what kind of baits I'm catching by fish on, and that's cool and all, but I thought maybe a little more information might be better for you. So behind me I got 3 rods. That was my 3 rods I used today for the most part. It was a short little fishing trip. I only had about an hour before I had to get ready for work. I had to do some errands before work real fast. So I'm going to go over my little setups I was using. I caught 3 fish today. Again, I was only on water for about an hour, so it wasn't a bad day for an hour. But I'll go over what kind of rods I'm throwing them on, what kind of baits I'm using, maybe give you a little tips so help y'all catch fish. And if y'all have any tips for me, obviously I like to fish and always looking for tips to make my trips a little bit better, bring in some bigger, more fish on the boat. So let's get started. First, I got a Rapala Shad Raps lipless crankbait. I think this is a 5/8 ounce weight. Wonderful bait. I'd recommend this to anybody, especially if you fish a lot of lakes with a lot of shad. This thing has been wonderful. We went to Lake Conroe here in Texas not too long ago. Didn't catch anything all day. In late afternoon, we come across the area where there's a bunch of bass feeding on some shad. Threw this thing out, was catching one right after another. So has a real nice rattle to it. Smaller treble hooks, but it does all right. But I'm throwing this on a 6.6 Abu Garcia Black Max Rod and Reel combo. It's a 6:4 to 1 gear ratio, and I'm using 12-pound mono. Most of the time for my crankbaits, I like to use fluorocarbon. For my lipless, I like to throw it on a mono because it allows me to keep the mono filament floats. So it allows me to keep it up out of the grass. That way I don't catch too much gunk on it and can rip it through shallow water and crank it along the bait lines. Normally I like to throw my lipless on a 7-foot, 7.3. I think my rod that I usually like to throw it on is about a 7.4, 7.3 or 7.4 medium action, but my tip broke on it, so I'm using a 6.6, but it does really good. It really loads up good to make me allow me to have a really long cast. The next rod I have that I caught one on, this is a 7-foot Abu Garcia Pro Max medium heavy. This is 17-pound fluorocarbon, and I was using a Strike King Bitsy Bug jig. This is a green pumpkin style color, and that is a net bait Paca Chunk Crawl. They have the Paca Crawls, which is your normal little trailer for it, but this is a Paca Chunk. It's a little bit smaller. I'll take this off here for you so you can see it. Little small little thing. And believe it or not, this little fella actually caught the 6.5 that I posted online the other day for y'all to see. So sometimes little baits can catch big fish. Thrown on a fluorocarbon line, 17-pound fluorocarbon fluoro sinks. So even though it's a smaller jig, it allows it to get down and but it allows it to, since it's a smaller jig, it don't get down in the gunk as much, so I don't catch as much grass and stuff like that. The lake out here is really gunky on the bottom. Again, 7-foot medium heavy Pro Max. And last but not least, this is a 7-foot medium heavy Berkley cherry wood rod, and I'm throwing it on, again, this is the newer version of the Abu Garcia Black Max reel. The bait I was using is a Yum Dinger. That has become my go-to soft baits for worms. Usually use a green pumpkin and a chartreuse tail, but they've really been hitting this black and blue flake Yum Dinger. Having it on a Texas rig today, but they tore it up, and so I switched it right at the last minute to a wacky rig, which wacky rig's real good for finesse and stuff. But I didn't have a lot of time, like I said, so I was power fishing a lot. You know, I had trolling motor going about 2 or 3, and was trying to throw out and jig it a couple times to really move a couple spots, just trying to get a couple fish in before the boat before I had to go to work. Basic Texas rig, weightless. Again, there's a lot of gunk on the bottom, so these Yum Dingers really sink good. The Senko style worm, always really good. A lot of times with my weightless worms, though, I like to throw them on an open face reel. That's a lighter bait. It allows me to have better castability on the bait. But I don't think I have my open face with me today, so I picked this up. This is 15-pound fluorocarbon, P-line fluorocarbon. The P-line's cheaper, but I haven't had any problems with it. Really good. And I know you heard me say Abu Garcia a lot. I really tend to like the Abu Garcia reels. And one reason why is I'm a man that likes to get more bang for my buck. The Abu Garcia Black Max reel is a real cheap reel. It's only about $50 at Walmart Academy, which I work at. And even their website, I think you can order them for about $50 or so. One of the best casting reels and reels that I have for the price. I have no complaints about them whatsoever. I could throw them on just as far, if not farther, than anybody I usually fish with, and they're only $50. The Cherrywood, Berkley Cherrywood rod is only $20 at Walmart. So this whole setup together, you're looking about $70, $80 after tax. And actually caught, like I said, I caught a 6.5 pound bass on it the other day. So anything that I can try to save money on, obviously bass fishing could get expensive spending the money on the baits. But anything I can try to save money on, I do. So the only complaint I have about the Berkley Cherrywood rod is the reel keeper on it. It don't really hold the reel very well. You have to really tighten it down. And I don't know if you can see or not, but then your little grooves are kind of shown. And after all day fishing, especially the way I hold my rod, it rubs my finger real bad. Sometimes it'll blister up my finger. But other than that, it's a pretty good rod. It has a really, really nice backbone to it for a medium heavy. I think it's a real kind of stiff for a medium heavy, so I like to use this for a flipping rod a lot of times. But yeah, there's just a little bit of tips. I thought, maybe, posting the little short catching videos, and I post a lot of fish that I catch every day. So I thought maybe if I kind of let y'all know what I'm using, that it might help y'all catch a couple more fish on the boat or out on y'all's days fishing. And if y'all have any tips, certainly shoot them my way. I said before I wanted to start trying to post some more videos of me fishing and stuff like that. I don't really have the equipment right now. I'm just using a phone. But maybe in the future I could see about getting like a GoPro or something like that. But until then, any suggestions y'all want to see, anything y'all want to know, just hit me up. Let me know what y'all want to see, and I'll try to get maybe a video or comment or something back to you and let you know what answer any questions or what I can get any knowledge to you if you need to know. I'm kind of newer to bass fishing. I really got into it for the past year or so, but anytime I'm not working, I'm fishing. If I'm not with my family, and anytime I'm not fishing or working, I'm reading and educating myself on fishing. I've really gotten into it. I'm supposed to be fishing some tournaments coming up, and yeah, hopefully y'all see some more a lot more catches, a lot of bigger bass coming from me in the future. Y'all have a good night.